Hello Galaxy, I'm Chris Pirillo, and in this video, I'm going to try to convince myself to get a VR headset. And if that doesn't happen, I'm going to ask you to convince me to finally make the leap into mixed reality, because I'm kind of getting antsy. I gotta admit it. I've got ants in my pants, which is a completely different problem, and I am sorry for that visual. Meta had a series of announcements today, and you've heard of Meta. That is the company formerly known as Facebook. It's the company that provides Instagram and Threads. I still use Threads. I like Threads. But the thing that I like about Threads is I don't need to use Threads in VR. That might be coming down the pike. Not saying that Instagram was talking about Threads today, or I'm sorry, Meta in their announcements were focused on the hardware aspect of things or the AI aspect of things, and that's fine. I'm interested. But the thing that's kept me from using VR equipment isn't necessarily the cost, and for whatever it's worth, the Meta Quest 3, the new one that's available for pre-order, is going to be $500. Sorry, $499. I did not mean to add the extra dollar on top of that, but you know, it's pretty much that price. It's not necessarily the awkwardness of wearing gear on your face, because you know, I've been used to wearing some kind of gear on my face my entire life. Granted, these are far less obtrusive than a VR headset might be. It has to do with my feeling. Yeah, I'm getting in touch with my feelings here, and unfortunately my feelings get in touch with themselves, specifically in my stomach and head area. Like, look, I can pat my head. No, hang on. I can pat my head and rub my stomach. And do a video at the same time. That's multitasking. Anyway, the big problem I have is motion sickness. I get headaches, I get queasy. It just doesn't work for me. And I have problems even in front of traditional screens, even with higher frame rates on 2D monitors. If I can't even handle things there, what makes me think that I can handle things here? Because I've tried here, and it's so discombobulating. I don't know if the hardware is ready for me, or maybe I'm not ready for the hardware as it is, because I'm ready for VR. I'm in. I'm fascinated with the idea. Certainly mixed reality. And that's really what Meta is tilting into, not just the VR aspect, but also AR. The Quest 3 got a spec bump, including a faster processor, better graphics, and a cleaner ability to see your surroundings, like visual pass-through, so you don't have to take your headset off in order to see, you know, your environment, to be able to check your phone, you know, look at the person who's across the room staring at you and giggling to themselves silently. Like, stop laughing at me. This is normal. I'm supposed to look like this. The Quest 2 only showed you your surroundings in black and white. That was one nice bump that we're seeing in the Quest 3. Again, this is compelling to me because I think that might be something that puts me over the edge, over the top, you know, not just the spec bump, but like that makes it more usable than it was before. Meta Quest 3 wireless charging dock charges both your headset and the controllers, and the controllers this time around don't have cameras. Apparently they're using AI for that kind of tracking. How well will that work? I don't know, but it should, much like AI, improve over time. A compelling use case for a VR or AR headset is, you know, immersing yourself in a world without leaving your own physical space. Not that I have a lot of physical space to play with here. I would probably have to do it elsewhere, although that wouldn't be as much fun, because, you know, dancing in the kitchen in my underwear, well, I do that anyway. Meta did talk about augments or virtual objects that have permanence, such that you can put them in your space. When you put on your headset, they will appear where you left them. But that's still not as interesting to me as this. Lego is going to be producing an AR game for the Meta Quest 3, which is kind of exciting. I mean, you know, I'm an adult fan of Lego. I just picked up this Lego set today on sale, 20% off. I cannot wait to build this Darth Vader mech. But the thing that's most compelling for me about Lego and playing with Lego and assembling Lego bricks and putting them together is collecting them, and not in a digital capacity, like actually having the physical item here and being able to touch it and hold it. And I know the idea of going virtual is that you could do the same thing in your virtual environment, but I don't want to be plugged in to enjoy a Darth Vader minifigure in a mech. And dude, is this not an awesome set? Moreover, Lego has in the past played with AR on mobile devices, tablets, and phones, where you could buy a set or a certain series, and through an app, see those bricks or see those sets assembled in this virtual screen. Well, a physical screen, but in a virtual space through the physical screen. How well has that worked? Well, I don't know if it's worked all that well. It's been a little clunky, and that could be that you have to hold up a screen in order to see the virtual environment. That's a little awkward. But is it going to be any less awkward seeing that virtual environment through your eyes, which, of course, you would normally see things through, because what are you going to see through your nose? I mean, I guess all things are possible, huh? Is it going to be viable? I'm sure the game itself, or the idea of constructing bricks in a virtual space, is workable. But is it as much, or would it be as much fun as having something physical in your hand? Eons ago, Minecraft was inspired by Lego, and that has certainly taken off. But it's somewhat of a different kind of experience. I don't know. I guess maybe that's just the collector in me. I am biased. I'd rather have the physical product than a virtual product. But I've felt that way even if we weren't talking about AR, VR, or MAR. MAR, you know? MR? MAR? Ooh, actually, MR. That's Mr. I'd certainly be interested in playing with it. I don't know if I would buy a headset at any price just to play a virtual Lego game, but there are a lot of options out there, and I'm sure more will be coming down the pike. And speaking of, Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming to the Quest this December, which is pretty smart. Microsoft's got all these games, Meta's got the hardware, smash them together, because, you know, Microsoft's not doing anything with MR, at least at this point. They used to, but, you know, they've got the library, and they could increase their value, and why not have an opportunity to sell more subscriptions where they otherwise wouldn't? This may be reminiscent to a point that I brought up in relation to Apple's Vision Pro. And before I say anything else, Apple's Vision Pro is light years beyond what the Quest is. And I think not just in terms of the hardware, but specifically the software experience or what it purports to be. Because the Vision Pro is still pie in the sky for a lot of us. And even when it is released, it's going to be unobtainium. But the idea that you could have a virtual screen in front of you to replace a physical screen that takes up a massive amount of space, that's where I see the value in having a virtual screen or a virtual environment. Not necessarily for the physical items, these small collectibles that, you know, you walk into the home and you just feel like you are where you want to be. This is your zone, right? This is, I'd say, a man cave, although I'm upstairs. I don't live in my parents' basement anymore. So this would be more like the manic. Sometimes. Playing with your controllers, not needing a physical screen, and having that physical screen with you virtually, it makes a lot of sense. So if you were thinking about getting a television or a television upgrade, you know, you could just slap it on your face. Not like slap, you gotta like do it gently, because if you slap it, you might damage something. But the announcements did not just stop at the Quest. Meta is continuing with their Ray-Ban glasses. These are not Ray-Ban glasses. These are just regular glasses. The Ray-Ban glasses have been upgraded. Better resolution for the camera. The LED now blinks and flashes so that people know that they're being recorded. I would just assume if I'm anywhere, just like I've said before, that I'm being recorded. That's why anytime I see a camera, I'm all like, "Hi, Mom!" The security people at stores either love me or hate me. Meta's smart glasses can take photos, video, and even live stream either on Instagram or Facebook. And that is very interesting to me, because I would love to have glasses that had that kind of conduit, albeit not just to Instagram and Facebook for live streaming, especially, I'm going to bring it up again, when I'm building Lego sets on my live stream on Twitch. Live.Pirillo.com will redirect you there. That's running 24/7, sponsored by StreamYard. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing, and sometimes I can't get the perfect camera angle, so to wear something on my face would be perfect. And if anything, what I would love to see in another iteration is something that is far more accommodating for those of us who have prescription lenses. And unfortunately, I'm of the age where I have to wear progressives. They used to call them bifocals. They're not bifocals, which has nothing to do with my political inclination. They are different, so I can see things better far away as well as up close without having to swap glasses. I would love to have the technology mounted on the rim, so I know that would be very difficult to do without controlling every aspect of the original glasses frames. Oh man, so many technology terms. flying around. I can't even remember I can't even finish the sentence. Still, to be able to have the speakers connected to the camera up front, would be great. Kind of work the way Google Glass did, albeit without the additional need to put something on the top of my ear again. Wow, my daughter really misses Google Glass. Did you hear her scream? You think I'm kidding? She's really upset to find out they're no longer selling Google Glass. Meta's smart glasses can even take calls, again, going hands-free, which would be nice to have with my prescription. Oh, you can get your prescription added to the glasses. Makes me wonder. I'd have to get that done locally, but could they handle progressives? I'd imagine it's a prescription. Okay. But what about getting that kind of technology on frames that I like? Like these. I love these frames. Sometimes in these videos, you'll see me wearing these JLab Bluetooth speakers on my glasses, and that allows me to hear things without necessarily being wired and without necessarily having to take off my glasses. So I can see and hear at the same time. Novel idea. It's not that I can't take wireless calls in any capacity today. I can. It's just that I usually don't wear those out of the house because I don't really listen to music when I'm out and about. I probably should start. So here's to hoping that kind of glasses technology continues to evolve, whether it's cameras, maybe a heads-up display, speakers. I'm all in on the future. Can we just give a round of applause to the editors of this video who are doing a fantastic job at capturing and packaging my personality? And if you thought you could get through another day without hearing about AI, nope. Meta talked about that as well. AI is coming to your messages, whether you use Meta's Messenger or WhatsApp or Instagram. You're going to have bots. There's going to be a bot explosion. You'll be able to generate imagery or imagine images within your chat client, which is kind of nice. And more than anything, I think this is going to get people to understand the power of AI, because as much as you and I might know that it's available by way of ChatGPT or DALL-E or Midjourney or any one of those things, or even integrated within the desktop now on Windows with Copilot using Bing, powered again by ChatGPT, a lot of the world is still thinking that Facebook is the internet. So to be able to take the power of AI and bring it into a familiar interface like chat, I'm not going to say is a game changer, but man, it's definitely going to increase adoption. AI, all the things. And I'm okay with that. I've really found that by matching my need with something that AI can do to lift the cognitive load of fleshing out that need has been rather wonderful. I mean, especially when I know what I need to do, but going through the process of doing it is just tremendous. Like, have you ever been under such strain or load that you couldn't even process what needed to be done first? That's where something like an AI chatbot would come in handy. You tell it what you need, it does it for you. I mean, you could do it yourself, but why? Well, Chris, to play devil's advocate, the reason you do it yourself is so that you understood it better. You understood the process. You were better connected with the output. Yeah, but alternative, Chris, I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, who cares? Facebook and Instagram will not escape the AI revolution. They are also going to be receiving AI-powered tools to help creators better express themselves and produce content for your social feeds. I gotta say, I don't use Facebook anymore for anything apart from Marketplace. I sell things and I buy things. I sometimes use groups as well. But Instagram has pretty much turned into a Reels-a-thon. I don't even post photos to Instagram anymore because I felt what was the reason to if they never got surfaced to the people who have followed me. But my Reels, oh yeah, they get followed fast. So to have tools better integrated with my workflow may help me stand out even more than I already do, even though I'm sitting down when I typically shoot an Instagram video. I don't know if you saw the one I posted last night, but man, it was exciting because I didn't just get one chase variant, but I got two, and I recorded it live. Well, not live as in streamed it. Well, I did stream it live, yes, but I mean, I recorded it on device without editing, so it was uncut, and it was awesome. Having any more AI-powered tools for creators is a boon. Even if you don't happen to use them, the creators you follow will. The Quest, glasses, and AI combo is Meta's future, as Zuckerberg said, and that future is coming a bit more into focus today than it might have in previous Meta announcements in relation to this type of hardware and software. If only because now we know, coming down the pike, is Apple's Vision Pro. And this is maybe not Meta's last stand, but this is the thing that's either going to drive adoption or have it relegated to interesting, but I'm not going to buy it. I think I'm ready to pre-order. I may want to check the return policy before I do about the Quest 3. But what's the thing? What's the feature? What's the whatever that you believe is going to get me over the hump where I currently sit? Will I get motion sick? Will I? And if I do, can I blame you if you convinced me to get one of these things? Well, either way, at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own